Carol, good morning, guys. Moshe Da Silva, now you are first. How are you? Titi. How have you been? I'm trying to share to Facebook so that Ali Berry. How are you guys doing? Good morning. I will be with you now. Carol. Good morning. I'm with you guys, oh. You're welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. It all depends on your time. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm trying to share with them on Facebook so they can join. Hi guys, Ekaro, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is a sad story, oh. Very sad story. Very, very sad story. Very sad story, Lily, you. All right, so I'm ready to join you. Okay. Good afternoon, guys. Ekason. Uluwabu Solana, how are you? Yvonne. Sean, how are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. It all depends on your time. Good afternoon, everyone. Antonio Nike, accurate. I see you. Uluwani Shola, good afternoon. Wilfred Phillips, how are you? Bami. Caroline, how are you? Bukola Fasasi, I see you. Miriam, good afternoon, guys. Welcome, everyone. Please, as you join us, kindly help us to click a like. Just double click on your screen as you join us. Kindly help me to click a like on this video. Who said I am at work? Awesome. Oh, thank you. Musa, good afternoon. Musa Falade. Please kindly help me to click a like on the video. 27 likes, 191 watching. Hello day. Can we have more likes on the video? This is for us parents too. Kindly help me to click a like on the video. This is for us. I welcome you all. Even if I don't mention your name, I'm welcoming you specially. I welcome every one of us. Good afternoon, welcome. Thank you for joining me. 206 likes, 39 likes, 39 likes, 206 watching. We can do better. I get jealousy fellow people plenty here. Olanike Maji Yagbe. Oh yeah, I give you double kiss. I'm greeting you specially. Olanike Maji Yagbe. See what I'm giving you special. If only this is only for you. You alone. This is what I give you. You alone, no. For you alone. Olanike Maji Yagbe. Ojowu. Ah, it be Ojowu for this place, so no be every name I go see. Maybe I should stop calling names. But it's part of our trademark here. It's our trademark here to greet each other. And I be Ngbati woman for people who don't understand. Ngbati people, that's Yoruba people. They will greet lizard. If Yoruba person see lizard where they waka, and the lizard they do it like this, he go greet the lizard. He go tell the lizard, where resting, oh. That is eku see me, oh. If Yoruba person see you, you dey chop, we get greeting. Eku onje o, eba ware o. Nothing where we no get greeting for. So if you see me, I greet people one on one, no vex. Collect me as I dey. All right, guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I welcome every one of you. If you are just joining us to see this channel, you are especially welcome on this channel. If you are a new subscriber, just take it easy as we do our show. For times that we may be coding names and coding things. And to all the subscribers, especially the ones who keep this channel active, thank you guys. Thank you very much. And for all the silent watchers, you are all appreciated too. At least you are watching, even if you don't talk. Because I see many of you. Aunty, I'm a silent watcher. I watch all your shows. I don't joke with your shows. But I'm a silent watcher. So you matter too. So to all the silent watchers, I greet you too. And I say welcome. All right, guys. So I saw this sad story. And especially for we parents in diaspora, I thought it is needful for us to share. And, you know, like an awakening. Kamasa Sunpara, like they will say. Chidera, welcome. I'm very fine, thank you. Kamasa Sunpara, meaning that we should not just be comfortable and be like, you know. The story of these two children you are seeing on the screen, they are just 20 years old. They are twins. Solomon and Samuel. Their names are Solomon and Samuel Gbadebo. Born to Yoruba Nigerian parents here in America, in Texas precisely. So what happened to these children was that, as I'm talking now, they've been arrested and charged for murder. What happened to them was that when they were about 15, 16 years old, a particular guy called Gonzalez attacked them, robbed them. After the guy, Gonzalez, I should have even put the picture of the Gonzalez. Hold on, guys. Let me put the picture of the Gonzalez. 1 second. I don't know why I forgot. 1 second, please. Let me see if I have it saved. I'll put the picture as we go on. So I don't put the wrong picture. Okay? I'm trying to avoid so I don't put the wrong picture. Sorry, you. Before you guys will say, you this woman. Because I know some of you who cannot do half of what somebody is doing that will come and say, this woman will never be prepared. I have other stuff I'm doing, no. If it's easy, make you run now. That's what I will tell you. So I'll put the picture now as we go on. Okay. I'm putting it right now. Just give me 1 second. You will see the picture of the guy that was said to have robbed them. Don't come here and be telling me this woman will never be prepared. If it's easy, make you run now, okay? You don't come and tell me waiting go vex me this afternoon, no. If you vex me, I vex you back. Don't put pressure on my head again. Don't add more pressure. Okay? All right. So 1 second. I've gotten the picture. I'm going to add the picture right now. 1 second. This won't take long. All right, guys. Sorry for that. I apologize for the interruption. It was necessary. Okay. So they said this guy that you are looking below, Isaiah Gonzalez, robbed them in 2016 when they were about 2018. This guy robbed them. He did not only rob them, he stripped them naked, and he took the video of them naked. And after some time, precisely, this is sad. Precisely in November, the twins, they ended the life of Isaiah. They ended the life of Isaiah, and they killed another person too, few months before then. So how did they know they were the one that did it? Isaiah was coming out of his workplace to enter a car, and he was shot dead inside his car. The other guy that they killed was coming out of a complex, and that one was shot dead too. So where these cases happened, they have cameras there. That camera now captured a Nissan Altima from both ends. So they started looking for the owner of the car. And they didn't know who owns the car. So in the process of checking Gonzalez, this is why I put the picture of this Gonzalez, because it was through this Gonzalez guy that you can't hear. Check your phone. Adeoye, you are not always hearing. Check your phone, please. So it was in the process of checking this Gonzalez phone that they saw the video of these guys in their birthday suits, naked. So they went to, that was what led to their arrest. So let me capture it for you and read out the news as I saw it. It's very sad. They are twins. I'm just thinking, what states will their mother be? Let me read it for you. Read it out. They say Samuel and Solomon Gbadebo, 20 years old twin brother from North Texas, were arrested in January 2026, and they've been charged with murder in connection with two separate fatal shootings. They said Isaiah is the one in the white cap that I put under them. They said Isaiah in November 30th that the brothers were accused of killing 20-year-old Isaiah as he sat in his car outside Flip Patio Grill where he worked until late. So they said it is a revenge killing that these boys did. Revenge killing. So they said investigators believe this was a premeditated act of revenge for a 2021. Sorry, I said 2018, 2021. 2021. That was why I said they were 15 years old. Sorry, I mix up the year. 2021. They were 15 years old when the incident happened. They said investigators believe this was a premeditated act of revenge for a 2021 armed robbery. During the incident, Gonzalez allegedly forced the twins to strip naked while he filmed them. Okay, so police confirmed the twins' identities in the old footage using facial recognition So when they saw the video inside Gonzalez's phone, they now went to go and check facial recognition. It was the facial recognition that now gave the twins out. The facial recognition of the video they saw inside the phone of Gonzalez. You know, it was 5 years ago. They were younger. But of course, the face is there. So they went to check with their technology, and that was how they find out that they were both of them. So they said the twins are also suspects in the death of one 19-year-old Divan Randles, who was also shot at an apartment complex 2 weeks before Gonzalez's case. 2 weeks before the other one, before this Gonzalez case, was when they did that one. They now went to buy this one again. When I saw this thing, so according to somebody mentioned, they must have been criminal. They must have had criminal record. You want to say, who said that? Let me read the comments, please. I want to follow comments so that in case people will know what is going on here, because this news it shake me no be small last night when I saw it. In fact, you can still see I'm still shaking, kind of telling this story, as maybe because I'm a mother. And the next thing I thought of when I saw this story, Muni Amani, 2 children at the same time, and this is a case of murder. And I think Texas has capital punishment for this kind of a thing. Please, if I'm wrong, correct me. You know I'm open to correction. Somebody said, I want to read a comment. Hey, Joe, hold on. I saw somebody's comments. Where is that comment? Okay, baby said the twins must have criminal record for them to have their facial recognition. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So they will have done some things before that made it easy for them to recognize their faces. Anyway, so they said Samuel Gbadebo was initially arrested in December 2025, following high-speed police chase, but was released because there was not yet enough evidence to charge him with the murder. So the current situation is that both brothers have been arrested and they are currently with the police in the jail, in the county jail, Tarrant County Jail. Hey, odidi ọmọ méjì the same day, same time for same crime. And you know what? It was their mother's car that they used. That Nissan Altima was for their mother. Now their mama get him car. When I saw this news, I said, what could have gone wrong? It's capital punishment. It's capital punishment. F Soga, kí ló máa ń ṣe yín gan? Did I mention anybody's parents? Now that I feel for the parents, did I blame any parents here? Kí ló máa ń ṣe yín gan? F Soga. Did anybody hear me blame any parents since I've been talking, other than feeling for the parents and saying what could have gone wrong? Kí ló máa ń ṣe yín gan? Is anybody blaming the parents here? Is anybody blaming the parents? Nobody's blaming the parents here, other than I'm feeling for the parents. 2 children at the same time. 2 children. And I say, what could have gone wrong? The 2 of them, one is, at least one of those children will have said, please don't let us do this. One of those children, if one of them, like I know twins, most times if one twin is hyper, the other one will be kind of calm. Okay, somebody said, I didn't say you. Okay, still the same person. Okay, Fauga, Fisoga. Fisoga said, I didn't say you said, so I work with the judicial system. It takes them long time, for them to buy them. If sentenced to buy, they have their chance at appeal. And since the guy that buy has violated and attacked them, they could claim they were threatened. Okay. Okay, somebody said, you know, this facial recognition is available from DMV when you renew your license. You don't have to be a criminal to be in the system. And somebody said that's how twins are. One is hyper and the other one calmer. That's what I expected. If one is behaving somehow, the other one is always calm. So who influenced you for both of them to be involved? You know, this kind of a thing, nobody is blaming parents here. You understand? Nobody is blaming their parents. But at the same time, we don't know what went wrong. We don't know how they kept something that happened to them for 5 years. Though it's a trauma, they said the guy recorded it, and hopefully the government will do, the parents will have good lawyer, because this now is going to have, it's going to need them to have good lawyer. This is very disturbing, especially for us. Okay? For parents, these are people that I don't know them, but before you know it, if you really trace it, they might even be somebody that you might have known or might have met their mom and their father. The news is all over on social media. It's there. Go and check it. I saw it there. So I see it as a community thing. I see it as our pain. You know? Meaning unprovoked. But at a time provoked them now. Why didn't they report to the police? Or maybe, could it be PTSD? Thank you very much. I want to agree with that PTSD. Could it mean they didn't tell their parents? And the parents, you know why I brought this thing? When I saw this news, I said, with the age of those children, they were minor, right? The children did not tell their parents that, mommy, daddy, see what happened to me. And the parents didn't go to report it, or the parent thought it was just a normal thing. Yeah, you can't do anything with your naked picture, forget it. And these children could not, you know, live with that trauma of somebody having their picture, their video with him. And they were going around with that trauma all the while and planning that this guy will not go scot-free. They were living with that anger for so long. Hey, Jomi, omobuya mo make sense. So please, I want us to, please, let me put on the, again, this one passed me. I just want us to deliberate on this so that as parents, what we need to look out for, we can look out for it. Because I can't comprehend this. She won't flag mini. It seems the video is frozen. Okay, it's not frozen, Musiri. Where's that charger? Please, kindly, guys, please kindly call in. This is very disturbing. They were minors when this thing happened. They were minors when it happened. Could it mean twins tends to rely too much on each other and hardly share these thoughts with others? I have plenty in my family. And they could not tell their parents. Abi, I don't know. I'm just asking you. I'm just asking because I'm like, at 15 as minor, okay, something like that happened to you. Oh, somebody said they have criminal record just like I thought. Okay, what was their criminal record? Oh, they have criminal record before this. Is that what you are saying? I saw Solomon's record now. Please, can somebody let me pin the number. Ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ o, àmàní ṣìṣe o, àní jẹ̀bi ọmọ o. Okay, keeping it for 5 years, the state will say it is premeditated. But they were minors then. Will that one not count? They were minors when it happened to them. And funny enough, the guy that they fight to is the same age with them. So that means that one too was a minor when he did what he did. I don't understand this thing because I'm so concerned. It's so sad. Ara mi ń gbọ̀n o. My body is shaking. My body is shaking talking. Sometimes kids don't have called relationship with their parents, and that makes it difficult for them to open up certain things. Okay, let me pin this Kingsley comments. This is I know they will charge. Somebody said they will charge them as adults. I know they will charge them as adults now. But my question is, what happened to them that made them go after this guy? That made them go after this guy, you know? What happened when they were minors? Won't that count? Hey. Please, guys, please help us to shed light on this thing. Anybody that know this kind of at least some people that are working with this kind of in this kind of field. The guy was a minor too, Titi. He was 15 years old. So, like you said, he might have been bullying them when they were young. You know, Casey for me lórí o. Ó fọ́ mi lórí ọmọ ìyá méjì. If it is one, ó tún ṣe gbọ́. The two of them. The two of them at the same time. The same time. Parental issue is here too. Either we like to accept it or not. And the two of them, none of those two children could tell their mom or dad that, Mommy, this is what is going on. This is what happened to us. He took our video. We were robbed, and this guy took our video. None of the two children. And they did not exhibit that something was going on with them inside the house. Inside the house, they could not exhibit that that could it be the exhibit the parents didn't notice? I'm talking about when they are 15, oh, not when they became adults. And Baby O said there was something else that happened in 2024. They were already adults as at that time to 19. Okay, 19. But I'm talking about more concerned when that incident happened when they were 15. If they were so traumatized then at that age, they come back to the house. Inside the house they live, they never exhibited trauma, they never exhibited unhappiness, they never exhibited some kind of withdrawal, because these are symptoms that when children, something is going on with them, they are not talking. These are the symptoms. The child that is lively will become unlively, will be withdrawn. That child will be like, want to keep to herself or himself. You understand? So during those periods, could it be that the parents didn't notice or what? Or the children feel too ashamed to tell the parents that, Mom, Dad, this is what happened to me. I went through this. I saw this. Somebody did this to me. Oh, God. Okay, people are calling in already. If I miss your call, I'll call you back. Casey, for me, Lori me. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I saw your show about the twins. It's very pathetic. It's a very pathetic one. But the state of Texas, if they have a good lawyer, they might not give them the penalty if they have a good lawyer.
Okay.
Because if they see their pictures when they were 15, that boy had them naked, they can use that those kids were traumatized. Another, they were bullied beyond normal bullying, The parents also probably didn't pay attention to the kids, the things they were exhibiting at home. I'll give you an example. When my son was about 12 in middle school, some kids, some black kids, because I live in Texas, they bullied him, And then he came back from school that day and said, I don't feel like going to school anymore. That was a concern.
Exactly. There will be a sign.
And I sat him down. I said, why? At first, he didn't want to talk because he was scared. Another thing with us African parents, we always want to there's a way we treat the kids that they're scared to want to open up to us.
You're right.
But if we take them as our friends, like, don't see me as your parent, see me as your friend that you can easily tell anything. Because I tell my kids, I'm your mother, yes, I'm a the tough one, but see me also as your friend that you can open up to. So when you open that door for them, they can easily tell you anything. It might not be something serious. They might just joke about it, but you will know it's serious. What happened to my son? I called the cops. I invited the cops to my house. And I told my son to repeat what he just told me. And I told the cops, I said, this is a child that is a very quiet kid, but for him to mention this is disturbed and I'm concerned. I said, because I don't know what might happen if you go back to school. But I'm saying this in case something happened, I'm going to sue the school. And then we took it to the school authority because then he used to ride the school bus. Because of that, I had to stop him from riding the bus because with these kids, you don't know what they see at home. If they have parents that threaten their mother with gun or, stuff like that. So we stopped him. But whenever my son see that boy, he's always scared.
You see?
We had to move. We sold our house from that area and moved to another area.
Wow.
so that it would not have anything to do with those kids when he's seeing them. Because after middle school, they're going to end up in the same high school. So who knows what they're going to carry with them? Like this kid now. They've been bullied when they were 15, and probably they all went to the same high school, or they went to different high schools.
Very likely.
And then they saw the boy again, and then they remembered, it triggered them like, okay, this was that person that did this to us. And then they took the decision. It's very sad.
Very sad.
It's very sad.
And two people, not even only this guy, two people, they actually...
Yeah, so I feel for the parents. I feel for them. I feel for them. For us parents, even if we are working, because in Texas here, a lot of us work. Even if we are working, please, if you come back home, what did you do in school today? What happened in school today? We should follow up with these kids to know what's going on. If we feel something is not right, please speak up. Go to the school authority, invite the cops. Let the cops have it in record that you have reported, because that boy, after we reported it to the cops went and looked for him because my son told them where he lives. They went to talk to the parents. And unfortunately, they found out he was living with the uncle. The parents are in jail. So we brought it up also to the school, but for my son's safety, we had to move.
Wow.
We had to. Because this is a kid that is very quiet and an A-straight student, always now is trying to withdraw. So we know something is not right. The best thing was, let's move from this place. Which we are grateful for, we did.
I
mean, because we have seen in this same Texas, we have seen on the day of graduation, kids being shot after coming, just walking out the graduation stage. Some people are waiting for them outside because they are mad at them. That's one of the things why we said, no, we have to move before something like this happens.
Hey.
Let's as parents, be friends with our kids. Ask them questions. It's a lot for I can't imagine what the mother is going through right now.
Yeah.
She must be going through a lot. But if the kids, if they're taken to jail, if they have a very, very good lawyer, if they are taken to jail and given the death sentence, if they have a good lawyer, they might not give them a death sentence. They might put them in prison for some years. And if they behave themselves, they might put them on probation to work with them. But looking at their age, these are young kids. And again, the names, African names. With what is going on right now, African names, it's going to be a lot.
This is sad.
But if they have a very strong lawyer to bring that video and say these kids were bullied, so that it's like retaliation. But this is what they went through. If they look at that, maybe by the grace of God, they find favor. Because Texans don't play. They don't.
This is sad.
That's just my contribution, ma.
Thank you, sis. Guys, sorry, Emma mind me to bá ti kànràn mọ́. Apologies for my mood. Apologies for my mood. If I miss your call, I'll call you back. I miss a call now. Parenting. Anije biomo. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Aunty. I'm watching your program.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Clearly.
Okay. A lot is happening nowadays. If you look at this kids generation, they are totally different from our one. They are more like, how can I say? Some of them, they call them Nepo babies, or they call them like, Gen Z and different things.
Anyways, it's very sad.
Very.
Number one. Secondly, if you know what is going on, like on the ground, you'll be shocked with all these, all the things this young boy does on Snapchat. And again, I think it is very, very important.
Please, what do they do on Snapchat?
For African parents.
Auntie?
Hello, ma, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What do they do on Snapchat? Because me, I'm not on Snapchat. What do they do there?
Trust me, a lot of people on this, they will know a lot. Like what they did to that old boys. The guy may be posting it on Snapchat. Snapchat is like a very, very dark world for children. I don't know whether you are following what is going on in London now, where some parents are suing TikTok and Snapchat that they shouldn't allow children that are like 13, 14 to be using it because they are seeing a lot.
Yes, I saw
people on that place, they teach them how to, yes, ma'am. People on that, they teach them how to pie themselves. They teach them about eating disorder. They teach them about anything. So this guy might have been putting those boys' picture on Snapchat, and people will be seeing it all over the world. And there's nothing as depressing as that. You understand what I mean? And this happened, like, I don't know how they do things in America, but here in London, social services will have been involved a very, very long time ago. But the way they do their social services thing in America is totally different because we don't really have all these gun crimes in London. You understand what I mean, man?
Yeah.
It's more like knife crime and all that. It's not like America that anybody can carry gun. We don't really have that here in London. But there's nothing as depressing as seeing, like, their picture, like what you said. And I read about it anyway online. It's on Independence, about the boys.
Okay, these boys, yeah.
Like on Snapchat, TikTok. Yeah, I read about it. Well, as you started, I went online.
Okay.
I read about it. It's on Independence on Google. They said they've never had any sort of like criminal activity or anything that
somebody said
the state can link them to. It's online, ma. It's online. I read it.
Go ahead.
You understand? No previous conviction. No. It's online. I just read it now before calling you.
Yes.
So at the moment now, I think their mom or the Nigerian community around there, they should please support the family for now and get very, very good, solicitor or lawyer. I don't know what they call it in America, to help them. You understand? Those children are already psychologically damaged with what they went through. Can you imagine somebody keeping someone in mind for years that one day we're going to get this guy? That's not healthy. That's not normal.
At all.
And again, parents, especially some African parents, let your children be your best friend. Because this Western world, they tend to kind of like change our children, change our culture, change many things. Whilst my children were young, boys though, Aunty, I have boys. They know me in their primary school here. They know me in their secondary school. And when they go to uni, they know me. I attend, no matter how busy I am, I attend parents' evening. If they're doing sports, I attend it. If they make any complaints in school, I'll go there like, I know my son can do this, and I know my son cannot do this. So you understand, ma? Even when one of the Oyinbo teacher was like, oh, your son did this, I said, no, I know my son. My son can't use swear word. I don't use that in the house. So no matter how busy I am, I always make sure when they were young, they were in nursery. I do 9 to 5 with one of the borough in London. And when they grew, like, they can go to school by themselves, I still kind of like walk to the way that, okay, we'll be home almost the same time. So there's nothing like hanging around or going to buy chicken and chips somewhere. Then somebody will come and meet them, come and take trainers. Then they will use that to try to lure them into gangs. Because that's what they do in London. most of them. It's where they are buying food, all this takeaway. They'll be like, oh, do you want to make extra 100 pounds? Do you want to make extra 200 pounds? Then they will lure them into gang. You understand? And make sure, because I work with children in London, not as a social worker. I used to work with them as a support worker before I became a nurse, mental health nurse. I'd be shocked what we see in hospitals. So you understand, man? So it is very, very important. All this money most parents are running after. At the long run, what is the purpose of those extra shifts when your children are not there? So you understand, man? What is the purpose of that? Like, okay, I have 4-bedroom house when your children are not there. So in this life, Aunty, after God, my children came next. I'm sure if anything, because we don't know where our children will be tomorrow. Look at them now. They're telling me, oh, Mom, one said I want to go and be living in Dubai because UK, you know, their tax is too much. This is too much. One said, oh, I'm going somewhere else. You understand? But for the man father, they are in their house. They have that peace. Exactly. Even when the second one went to uni, the first year was so tough because he never, you know, used to be like in the house with me and all that before I went to uni. I have to like, are you okay with going from home to uni? If that would be fine with you. And he said, yes. Okay. Yes, we take an hour train, but it's good to have peace of mind. It's good to have, because the way they are brought up, Aunty, not like we're putting them in cotton wool. It's not like the way we are brought up.
Yeah.
You know, we're brought up tough.
Yes.
Very, very tough. As I am, there's nothing I can stand. I'm over 50, but there's nobody I'll stand, can't pay, nothing they can do. But these children of nowadays, especially
they are
from
different.
the year 2000,
they are different.
They are like babies. Very, very different. The way they think. I'm traumatized.
And you dare not be too harsh on them.
Traumatized.
You dare not be too harsh.
Will I even say in front of my mom or my dad? Sure, you understand, madam? I'm traumatized. So please, as parents, please, we should reduce all these extra shifts, extra, with everything even going on. My immediate sister is in America. She lives in Baltimore, and she sent some videos yesterday about going to African shop, all this ice and stuff. You understand? So a lot is going on at the moment. Please, let our family be number one. So if the Nigerian community, they can kind of like support that family.
Yes,
and they have very, very good lawyers. That's why I said Britain is very, very different from America. Here now, they will have had some social worker at that time. You understand? That will support them. But I think the way they do their stuff in America is totally different. But anyway, I'll pray for them. And because as, you know, I don't have twins, just, you know, a matter of boys. And that really, it really shaped me like 2 kids.
2 kids.
You know, at the same time.
For the same crime.
At the same time, Aunty.
For the same crime. Hey.
At the same, it's not even like for the same crime, Aunty. At the same time. And corner. So, please. It's really this thing. So, please. You know, I love your program. You know, I subscribed, and I want to sometimes also be like talking to parents. She understand. I know it happens in London everywhere, but your children.
We try to do that a lot here.
Your children come first.
We try to do that a lot, talking about parenting. You know, focusing on the children.
Exactly,
not only that,
even here.
You know, another thing, my sister.
Do you know what?
Another thing that could make children over this stage, there's no how we will talk about this thing. We'll not go back to the parents. So people should not think we are blaming the parents for what these children have done at this point. But we are looking at what could have gone wrong. How did they get to that stage? The 2 of them at the same time. Now, another thing is when children, the home front goes a long way. The home front in the sense that the father, the mother are there. This father, mother, how are they portraying themselves in the presence of these children? Those are the things that could
Exactly.
even traumatize children, apart from outsiders. You know,
And see, even without the
where
father,
children will now
single
find
mom,
outsiders
single mom.
companies. Single moms too,
Yes, ma.
yes.
Even without the auntie, even without the father, as a mom, you understand what I mean? Because I don't want to use you as an example. You took your children, brought them to America, look after them, and they did really well. You understand what I mean? Not because
it's easy, old man, easier.
But because you have that.
Let's be frank with ourselves here. I'm not going to deceive myself or deceive anybody. It's easier when you are
exactly.
you have taken care of your children. I mean, you've trained your children to a certain extent. I think it makes a lot of difference too.
I know.
And it doesn't mean, at least I have a sister here who gave birth to all her 3 children here.
For those children.
You said what?
I said, were they there for those children? Even the dad and the mom?
Yes, that's another thing I'm trying to say too. Exactly. But at the same time, I see that this environment is tough here. Though, to some extent, so it all depends on what you put in. I have a sister who gave birth to all her children here, and the children are doing very well. But I've had countless stories of people who gave birth here too. And honestly, they tell me it's challenging. So I think it's about individual too. So I will agree with you.
Yes, ma'am. So please, it's very, very important. Auntie, I mean, once in a while, let's just talk about parenting abroad, because all these children, they are totally different from our generation. The way they think, the way they feel, like what the lady that called earlier said regarding bullying. Once a child is getting bullied here, and the school is involved, and social services are involved, you understand? There's a way they do it, and everything goes smoothly. But like I said, it's totally different from America, because they have all this gone. They can threaten them, they can do anything. So that America, Auntie, may God continue to guide everybody there, because I don't even know what to say. Seriously. But like I said, the family, may God continue to uphold them and strengthen the mom and strengthen the children as well. And by God's grace, they will have a very good solicitor or barrister. Because here they are going to need a barrister, not just anybody, to sort this out for them. But like I said, they can use that emotional trauma and different things. I'm sure, they won't sentence them that much. Thank you so much, ma. Yes, ma. Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. So if you want to call in to contribute on this case, thank you. If you want to call in to contribute, the number is pinned to the... if I miss your call, I'll call you back. Okay, I see we've missed some calls, so I'll give you a call back. Ikule Abiamu. Hey, parents, oh...
Hello?
Hello, sis. Please, people in Texas, if you are close to this family, please, this is not the time to judge or anything. Please give them the emotional support. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Oh my God, my heart is really broken. Actually, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sis.
This is my first time calling, but I'm a silent listener of your program. I'm also subscribed to your program, but my heart is broken. I have a boy. He'll be 18 next month. And seeing this, just honestly, I'm close to tears.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's not
I have boys too, so any mother who see this news will feel bad, will feel sad. I said any mother watching this will feel sad. Yeah, any parents, not even mothers, parents.
And like you said, I think there is a difference when they come in a little bit, maybe 12, 15 years old.
I believe
because
so,
my son
to some
came
extent.
when he was 16. And I can see the difference compared to if I had brought him in here earlier. It is not what I'm saying now that I'll be saying. Because from the way he relates and everything, as a single mom, it would have been very difficult for me. But because he came in at 16, that that fear, me or you so as in Aunty, we thought you want like Aunty feel like that. You have to be respectful of your parents and all that. So that inbuilt fear has been in him, but he cannot just misbehave. But that notwithstanding, when they get to school, even the friends they make, and even at school, and that is why I say that nonsense thing they told them, right to riburuku, that you have the right to call the police or your parents, you have the right to do this. All those things can also influence them.
Benny.
When he came, within 3 months that he came, Auntie, it was hot for me. As a single mom, I had to call my brother, and I was yelling on my elder brother that I will send him back within 3 months. You can imagine that. But with time, I now talked to some parents. I saw that their kids are good, those African parents, and they called me. You have to be patient with him. That if I am not patient, I will lose him.
Good points.
And I had to start calming down for him. At times I would get upset, and then after a while I will calm down again. That's how we became friends. Now he tells me almost everything. And when I pick him from school, when he just came, I don't even I will not even ask him how was school. And I didn't know that he was not happy that I don't even ask him about how he was doing in school. Until one day he told me, say, Mommy, you don't even ask me how my day has been in school. I said, maybe no. I didn't know. I have a lot on my head. Since then, anytime he comes back from school, I pick him right in the car. I will start asking him, how was your school today? What happened? And he will start gisting me, telling me what happened. So, like other callers have said, we have to be friends with our kids too. We have to be friends with them. Because some things that he even tells me as a mother, at times I laugh when I'm alone that these are personal, that should be private things that he will be discussing with his male friends. But because he's now very free with me, he can open up and tell me that this is what happened or this is what he's going through. Because I can't imagine my only child, and he's my only child, being in a situation that what is remaining?
Do we even know if these family have more than these 2 children? Do we even know? Even if they have more, would they want to lose any? Let's even assume they have 4 children. Let's assume they have 6 children. Let's even say 6 children.
This is so sad. It's so sad. And then, going to work every time. When he came, I didn't go to work for 1 month. 1 month, I stayed at home. I was with him for 1 month. I didn't go to work. And in fact, it was a good decision that I made because it gave me time to bond with him. While I know of some people that their children came within 1 week. I even know somebody that the day the children came, that night, went to work, left the children. We need time with our children because all this money we are making is for what? For what is the essence?
It's for them. It's for them. It's for them.
What is the essence? But when we are close to them, when they are going through some things emotionally, they were able to express, to tell us, this is what I'm going through, this is what has happened. And if they see the level of support we give to them, they will have that confidence to be able to at least confront their peers in future when we are not there. Because we can't be there all the time for them. At some point, they will have to leave. I really pray that the Lord will see the parents of these children through.
Pull them through this.
I can't imagine the pain they are going through now. The parents are going through now. Even the kids themselves, because they are still kids. No matter their age, they are still kids. It is here that we'll call 18 years old adult.
20 years old adults.
At 25, we are still babysitting them. We are still guiding them. So for them, for these boys too, it's a lot for them too.
Hey.
Please, let's always talk to us. In fact, sometimes I even tell some of my friends, if we need to get a therapist to talk to them. Because some of them I don't want to open up to you.
Yes.
If it needs involving a therapist that can help, if you notice any
change and they are not talking,
kids,
yeah.
If you need to get a therapist to talk to them, to talk to that child, to seek help.
And if they think there are some of these children that are of adult age, somebody like this boy, 2021, if they say they need, if they say they need therapy. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. So let me make 2 points out of our sister's call. If sometimes these children that are of age, sometimes some of them will say they need therapy. Like she said, they might not open up to you. Allow them. Ask them what's going on. If they say, Mommy, I need a therapy, ask them if you can come along with them. Okay? If they say yes, because of course they are adults, you can't just follow them. So if they say yes, go with them to listen to whatever it is. And if they say no, let them go. All you need to do is just to monitor. Because I've seen where the child said, I need a therapy. The mother said, no, instantly, we parents, African parents, we think they are going cuckoo when they say they need therapy. No. They might have gone through some trauma. They are not opening up to you. Trauma in the house, yes. It's not only outside that children face trauma. When the home front is not what they expect it to be, fight in the house, they see the parents not happy, it's kind of gets to them too. You know, parenting is not a small job. It's a huge, huge one. And no parent wants to fail. No parent will agree, say, I fail. Then another thing I noticed, please, I'll pick your call. This, my darling sister that I just spoke, says something again, very important that we should take note of. Every one of us, I'm learning from this too. I still have children, you know. As long as you are a parent, no matter their age, you can continue to look out for them, okay? We have seen people, they didn't commit anything when they were under you. They go out of your space and something will happen. So anything can happen at any time. Kamari Rue. So she said something also, which I want us to take note of as African parents. If you come, don't forget, in this country, when we travel abroad, London, UK, Germany, America, Canada, whatever where we relocate to, be very careful the kind of company. Don't just assume one family is okay and you allow your children to just mix up somehow. Okay? I almost made that mistake. You know, not knowing what I was seeing was not the true picture. I'm not going to lie. We use our experience. Some people will cover this, but I'm going to say it. Good enough for me, my children were not used to these people before I find out that that what I was thinking was not what was going on. Now God save me. Because my children will have mixed with these children, and by now, trust me, what my children will be doing. I know, they can't social media, they can't talk, they shine my face. They no bomb me away. When my life just scatter, I won't take come and talk. When my life no be as I be, children where I carry come way, they behave, they can't come here. Can't go into waiting they're not supposed to go into. Remember, there was a story I said. I'm not going to go into details this time around, but I've mentioned the story one time that somebody that used to flaunt designers bag. We used to be friends. Used to flaunt designer bag. Used to flaunt designer shoe. Who buy, there is no Ashwebi 1,000 kini that she cannot buy. Sometimes she will say, my son bought me this $5,000 designer bag. And at that time, I will wonder, now later, make I stop here. And these are people that I would have allowed my children to start mixing up with. These are people I would have entrusted my children. Immediately they came into this country. So let's be careful. especially if you are just coming into this country. Especially if you are just relocating with your children. Don't say because somebody is there before, they know way more than you. They won't let you know what is going on with them. They won't let you know that their children has been in jail countless times. I'm telling you this. They won't let you know. They will not say it to you. The children will dress good. They will look good. They will wear the best of best. They will greet you. They will prostrate. But trust me, some of them, me ò fi yọ wọ́n o, it's just to avoid pollution. It's just to avoid influence, bad influence on your own child. Alágẹmọ ti gbé mọ náà, àìmọ́jó ti kùn sọ́wọ́ ọmọ. Some of these children, not as if their parents didn't try. Their parents tried, but that's how they want to end. Some of these children, everything starts from the home front. So be careful how you allow mixing. Oh, I don't know see church in. We used to know each other and all of that. And you will not know. When I had the full details of these people, the day I had the story, everything started making sense. I said, okay. And I was thinking it was a job. I was thinking I was shaking. But luckily enough, for me, my children on their own said they don't like to mingle with those children. And then I didn't know why. But me, I felt, okay, when I'm not around, they can have a family friend to stay with and play with. So let me stop it here. Let me pick calls. This is sad. Okay. Àbúrò mi ti ń pè. Òun ló máa fún wa náà professional advice. If you see me keeping low private profile, it's not because of me. Oh.
Hello, Aunty.
Hello, dear.
Hello, ma.
Go ahead.
Hello, Aunty.
Yes, go ahead, dear.
Oh, ṣé wà lórí show ni? Oh.
I thought you were calling because of the show.
Okay. No. Okay. Kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe lórí show náà?
Oh, okay.
I want. No, but ẹ má worry. Kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe lórí show náà?
Ṣó ti ń pè mí tẹ́lẹ̀ lórí online.
Ó ní àwọn guys kan, mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ kankan. Ó láwọn guys kan tí mo rí story wọn lórí
Twins.
Kí ló ń porúkọ ẹ̀?
Twins.
Ní Texas.
Twins, yeah, and that's what we are talking about.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Èmi kò tẹ̀ ń pè yín ní pé okay.
Oh, I've seen it. That's what we are discussing.
Yeah, Aunty, Sherry,
English.
Okay. You see, there are two things about this case, from what I understand. The role of internet, we cannot overemphasize it. I was still talking about it the other day. As parents, you see, I mean, I saw where people were writing that it's something to do with the failure of parents. I wouldn't call it failure of parents because from what I understand and from the kind of job I do, a lot does happen. You know, our children, they are so exposed to the internet and a lot is being put out in the internet.
Yeah.
Mama sent documentary. I actually did a show, that documentary, where BBC actually sent their reporters to Nigeria. Okay? They actively in Nigeria. There's a grooming there's an upcoming grooming gang. What they do is they specialize in taking pictures, nude pictures. You understand?
Did you read the story of these guys?
No. I read their story. Is it Gbadebo boy?
Gbadebos, yeah. Gbadebo yeah. Twins. Did you read about their story? Yes. Because their own case happened here, not in Nigeria.
Yes, it happens in the US because there's a current case. Like in the UK now, UK and America, we have some parents who are suing the social media
Yes.
Who are seeing Meta,
A caller
TikTok,
mentioned
and
that.
Snapchat.
Yes. A caller mentioned that.
And it's not just in the United Kingdom, also in America, because cases of young people who unalive themselves because their nude pictures were being collected and they traced it down to Nigeria.
I know. We know they are dealing with such case. But this particular one, I don't know if you know, the guy, Gonzalez, that was involved was the same age with the twins.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is there is grooming happening, and it's important that parents are savvy with social media. She understands. It's very, very important that parents are savvy, because what they do,
you know why I'm saying this.
Some people do it for fun.
Hold on,
When
Aproko.
they take nude pictures.
Aproko, hold on. You know why I'm saying this? Don't let's mix it up. It's happening everywhere. Okay, as we can see. We want to focus on this particular one. We know there is a grooming going on in Nigeria where they call it sex dating.
No, Aunty, I'm not just talking of Nigeria. All I'm saying is I'm just linking it, right?
Okay.
Because this one actually happened in the soil of America.
Texas, precisely. Yes, Texas.
Okay. So what I'm saying is there's a growing concern of young people grooming themselves. Okay? Where they are grooming themselves, irrespective of wherever geographical location they are located. They do it. Some of them do it for fun. Some of them, they have betting going on social media. Okay? Where they take nude pictures and post it on social media for fun. And imagine and see, like a young person whose nude picture is being put on social media, they're not going to react straight away. They are not going to react straight away. Some of them, they would stay for long before they react. And I think that's the case of these boys, where they did not react immediately. It probably gave them PTSD.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And then at home as well, the parents, what's your relationship with your children? Because there is possibility that these boys, at some point, they showed me, I don't know their disposition as individuals, but they probably were withdrawn at home.
That's
Maybe
what I believe too. They will have been withdrawn at a point. That's what I believe too. Because they were minors when it happened. They were 15.
And it's even more embarrassing for them, whereby their fellow, like their age mate is the one that actually did it. So apart from even the picture, could it be that it was
a video.
The picture to extort them?
It was a video.
Yeah, maybe it was using it to extort them. She understands.
Yeah.
So it's deeper than what it is, but the sad bit is both parents, they've reacted now. So it's more or less, I don't know how the American system works. It might be looked at it from the angle of premeditated.
That's what they are saying.
System. Because that video was taken when they were minor, that will be counted, that will be taken into account in the justice system. She understands. But I don't know how the American system works. But I believe if they have a good lawyer, they will be able to they might be able to make a case for them. But then it depends on at what stage at what stage was it identified that they did what they did? Was there a plan? Did they have a written plan of what they eventually went and did to the guy? If they have a written plan, or if they had a written plan, or they have anywhere where it was documented, because Aunty, very clearly, I won't be surprised if these boys have journals where they are actually journaling their thoughts. It could be online, it could be on their phones. So if that is the case, then a psychologist, because they will need a psychologist before they are being sentenced. But again, I'm not so conversant with the American system.
Okay, let me explain more on the case to you. You see, these boys, these young men, like you've read in the story, the Gonzalez hide their nude video. Okay, that was what even made them to know they were the one that did it. They were for a long they were searching for who by Gonzalez. Now 2 weeks before Gonzalez, they killed somebody else again. Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay.
But
So they said it's a premeditated.
Right, from what I read, criminal record when they were younger.
Somebody said there was a case. I've not searched that out. Somebody said there was a case in 2024. I don't know if they were convicted or they were just arrested and let go. So somebody said they're in a gang. It's looking like the more of a gang thing.
To the best of my knowledge, from what I read, I think independent. From what I saw, there's nothing to show that they had criminal records when they were younger. But then I don't have a deeper, I don't have a detailed, unlike the UK, I don't have a detailed access to their records, like the way I can check in the UK system. But a good lawyer, this is not the time, like one thing I would say to the parents, this is not the time to beat themselves. However, the African community, the Nigerian community, or the African community generally, this is the time to stand up with parents. And actually, one thing I will also say is we have a big gap. I don't know about America, but in the UK, we have a big gap when it comes to when it comes to legal system, whereby our lawyers, our African lawyers are mainly immigration lawyers. We don't tend to have lawyers in detailed areas that impact on us, like criminal justice. Because like a criminal justice lawyer, they would call for, because I think from what I read, the system is more focused on the crime they've committed. Yes, they acknowledge that there was nude picture being shared or a nude video, but the system is not acknowledging the impact that would have had. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the system is acknowledging the impact that would have had on them psychologically.
Because they were victims at a point.
Committed.
I said they were victims at a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the system seems to be heavy-handed on them. So I'm not, and the American system is I don't understand the American criminal justice system. That's the truth. Because state by state, mean your criminal justice system is state by state, and what is classed as federal, some crime are classed as federal crime.
Yeah.
You know, but over here in the UK, because I used to work in youth justice, over here in the UK, what would happen is they would take into account what happened when they were minors. That will be taken into account. And taking it into account does not mean that they will crush the conviction or the charges. What it will do is it will lessen the charges. So they will look at it from the angle of diversion. She understands? And then they might take them through, a youth justice, because they are not up to 21. But again, your system in America is totally different.
And tougher.
Like in the UK system, they will try them in the youth justice system, even though they are 18. But because at some point they were victims when they were minor, that will be taken into consideration.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Osacha. So if I miss your call, I'll call you back. So apparently they are victims too, but hey, we are not the courts. We are just like hoping that the parents in all of this, we are hoping that things will not get too tough for them. So if I miss your call, I'm calling you back. So I just checked. They don't have any previous criminal record, like somebody emphasized earlier. I didn't see anything. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see. I checked. Hello?
Aunty.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good to speak to you, ma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Just for the record, I want you to know that you're the first person, apart from radio when I was young, you're the first person I've called. I mean, in regards to social issues or social orators, you understand?
Thank you very much.
So
I feel honored.
Okay, well, yeah, you're the first person all my life. I mean, I was born in I'm tech savvy. I was born in the social media age, but I'm a very conservative person. I mean, understanding where we come from and how I was trained. So, in just about the issue about the tech mother and the two boys, there's only so much you can do in this country. I'm not taking side on the parents, but okay, look at it this way: you, as a parent, brought these kids or gave birth to these kids in the United States of America, and you're trying to make a better life for them.
Mm-hmm.
You brought them here, or you gave birth to them here. And once they're 18, according to the law, not even 18, 16 or 14, or whatever, as soon as they could understand that you're bullying them, they could ring the cops on you. So my point is, for too long, we blame the parents. There's only so much the parents can do. At this age, if I go to my mom's house in Nigeria, if I go to my father's house, or if I'm with my parents, they can scold me. They can even clap me if they wish. I mean, sorry, I'm using the South African phrase. They can even spank me. But I don't have the moral strength to call the cops on my parents. But in this country, they've taught them that way. So, I mean, I'm a person that calls a spade, and I don't. With me, there's no gray. It's either black or white. Even if you look at the kids, you know they're giving the gangster vibe. If you look at them, they've got tattoos all over their body and all sorts. They're looking at that. They're looking towards that direction. Being bullied in school, fine. If you're grown enough to call the cops on your parents, then you should be grown enough to say, you know what, hey, Mr. Officer, or Daddy, or Mommy, I'm being bullied in school. For so long, we try to blame parents. These are parents
they were bullied as minor.
Make the life of these kids better.
They were bullied as minor. I'm sure you know that.
I understand. They were bullied as minor. I understand very well when they were still minor. But at that same point, if they were being quote-unquote maltreated as minor by their parents, they will be able to call the police there. So why can't they report to the police or to whoever they want to speak to there? For some reason, my point is that African community, or if things goes wrong, we quick to shift blame on the parents. No, the parents have done their best. I saw your example. You brought your kids to this country. You trained them to a better level. Your kids are doing very well.
But it's not easy, my brother. I nearly cried. It was not easy.
Nothing is easy, man. I left Nigeria when I was 16.
It was not easy.
I went to play professional soccer in South Africa. My morals never left me. I'm a complete teetotaler. I don't drink, I don't smoke. When I came to South Africa, people were saying to me that, fine boy. Before 3 months, you don't start to smoke, you don't give woman belly. People even bet that I would do that. Till I left up until this day, I've not drunk, I've not smoked, because I stayed with my morals and my pristine values.
Okay. Makes me keep quiet.
To a long extent.
You know how you shut me up, my brother. You say these children, they know how to call police when their parents is scolding them. You are right. They know how to dial police number. And somebody is bullying them outside. They don't know how to call police. It's the truth. All parents should even talk to their children with this story.
How do you get to that level? Tell
Parents.
Your teacher. How do you get to the level of trying to annihilate somebody?
You are right. You are right, caller. I agree with you. Honestly, I really agree with you. I love the angle you came in from.
Because see, I'm 26 years old. But at this point, I shouldn't make mistake and start blaming on my parents.
You are right.
Blaming on somebody who's elderly or my guardian. I should take ownership of my mistakes.
Take your responsibility for your actions.
Simple.
You are right.
I take responsibility for my actions because as far as I'm concerned, I'm a full-grown male.
That's true.
And sometimes people say, Madam, the word where we did now, quick spoil. In quick spoil. I remember sometimes if I did, they watch reels for Nigeria. I ask myself, in Nigeria where I grew up, be this? or another country.
Another planet.
And they ask myself, Nigeria will be say, if we want to say profanity or want to use expletive words, between boys to boys, we still they use code till they talk out. Now Nigerians, now they talk anyhow for social media.
You are right.
So the word what would they now, the word quick spoil. And I always say to people that, listen, madam, I don't know, but to be fair, in terms of, I know so Nigeria don't go down the hill now. I mean, Nigeria is scatterbrained now. Things are very bad. But in terms of raising a child, the only thing Nigeria have, I would say to a large advantage is because of the community responsibility or the corporate punishment. There are many things they want to do, but they cannot do it because they're in Nigeria.
You mean discipline children in Nigeria?
Say that again?
Are you talking about discipline a child in Nigeria?
Oh, you might not even discipline your child in Nigeria. Even people around you will discipline your child for you.
Oh,
Mother,
okay, okay,
sometimes
okay.
Say,
I understand you now.
Do wrong things. We even pray, make our mother friend beat us than she tell our mother.
That's true.
Because my mother will wait for you in the night. Now, I was born of both military parents.
When you they sleep, now they will come carry you with cane.
Aunty, you know now, my mother will let you bath. You don't enter inside room.
They will tell you, say they know nothing. Just go and carry your food and eat.
My dad sat in to the higher level. My mom retired because of one or two reasons. I never even saw her don the uniform. It better say you with my mother friend beat me than make my mother beat me.
Thank you so much because
okay,
of
look
time.
At the kid. Hello?
Go ahead. Well, kindly help me to round up. I said go ahead.
Kid. Okay, let me just round up. Look at the kids. Even look at the outward look. You could see that the parents try to some extent. The parents, there's only so much the parents can do. We should stop blaming the parents. You cannot have your body covered in tattoos or you could say that the parent tried. But what can the parent do? So that's just my own contribution. We should contribute. We should stop blaming the parents more and just analyze the situation for what it is. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Yeah. It's very unfortunate, and I hope when they are going to call the jury on this boy's case, I'm not saying what they did was right, though. I'm not saying keeping whatever they've kept. Unfortunately, the law does not work with emotions. We all know that, especially American law. We can cry as a mother and say, they shouldn't have done this. Remember, the person that will buy is somebody's child too. In fact, two. One is 19. One was 19. The other one 20 years old. Those are people's children too. Let's not forget that. Even in the empathizing with our own people too. Now, let me just say, I would prefer they don't carry Nigerian parents. No Nigerian parents, no Nigerian family should judge this case. Should be among the jury. You know why I say so? They don't take the tattoo, judge them already. They know they take the tattoo. Though I'm not a fan of plenty, especially tattoo that will be like your clothes. I'm not a fan of it. I believe moderation in whatever we want to do. Okay? I believe in moderation. If you have to do tattoo, minimal. Let your tattoo be minimal. Tattoo is beautiful, but when it comes too much, but I will not say because somebody wears tattoo like clothes and use it to judge them. Already, I've seen a lot of people judging these people with this tattoo thing. Okay? But unfortunately for every one of us, we are only going to learn from this. The courts, the law, will never judge by emotions. Unfortunately. So if I miss your call, I'll call you back. I've seen a lot of calls that I missed. And it seems like now men, they call us past now. You see? Hello? Okay. Hello?
Hello, Aunty Aduni.
Good afternoon. Please, 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Okay, ma. So a quick one, ma. I've been listening to every caller. And, none of us that grew up in Nigeria before we left the country. I left the country when I was in my 30s. And I think I was 31 when I left the country. And guess what? I didn't have my parents next to me. All those things they taught us, all those discipline we got, kept me going. While in South Africa, just like the last caller, I was in South Africa. I did not misbehave. I did not go into alcohol. I did not start smoking igbo. I did not join gangs. I did not want to make fast money, be on the fast road. No. When I got there, I saw things that I noticed, let me go back and do a short course. I did a short course and I got a job. I saw other kids from who were younger and older living this less life. Now, back to America. Do you know that why do the police people profile black children? Once they see you have dreadlocks and plenty tattoos on your neck, over your hands, they will pack you. And they're the ones that are very stubborn. The police will not have you to stop now. You stop normally and respect yourself. They will start arguing that why you're supposed to respect yourself, talk nicely to the police. So you see our children that they brought here when they were young and when they are old, the ones that are young and the ones that are born here, they think it is style because they see all these music stars who have tattoo all over their body. Just what ICE is using to notify or catch people who they are looking for. Once they open your body and they see tattoo, they will know which gang you belong to. They will know which group you belong to. They know what you're doing. So all this, I advise our children, don't copy what these people are doing. It is for parents. You have a child. Your child grew up in your house. You did not take the child to a tattoo parlor to get tattoo when he was 10 years old, when he was 5 years. All of a sudden, your child came with the first one on his hand. He did not say anything. He came with second one, didn't say anything. He will write it all over his body. And for him, he think he's enjoying himself. It's style. Oh, it's fun. It's funky. Not knowing that the profile black children in this country, we should know where we are. Because sometimes parents who work so hard and train children will retrain themselves when they get outside. So certainly outside the house, either in school or other communities. So it's high time. It's high time parents talk. I know parents are trying, but you see, Auntie, like the other last caller said, if a child knows how to call police on his parents,
yes,
knows how to tell his class teacher, my father scolded me and beat me. That child should know how to tell his father or his class teacher that somebody bullied me. And then raise a case. Imagine if they had that case opened in the police station, reported. It should have been recorded for them that at some time they spoke out. They pursued it for justice and they did not get it. You understand? It won't get, in fact, I don't see a child who gets to the level of killing another child, firing another child. It's you know that child has gone extraordinary steps, taking extraordinary steps. Even me, as grown as I am, if you want to hurt me, and instead of me replying or hurting you back, I run away or I start calling 911 while I'm trying to save my life. I'm calling 911 because the law is not emotional. The law will not say, oh, because you are treated like this, that's why you fight this person. You will go inside for it. Even where there's security can will tell you it's not in your power to find another fellow citizen.
Yes.
You should have called the police. Because they want to check what measure did you take while you were being bullied. If they had called the police.
Did you tell your parents? What did your parents do?
The parents have gone to open a case and a lot of things have gone under it. And this happened. Trust me, the law will be lenient on them.
Thank you so much. Exactly.
But they didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they will face the musical. This is Yankee. Yankee no send you.
Yankee Oronyo,
Yankee is not emotional when it comes to teaching us something, especially when you're even black. It's more problem. Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you so much, my brother. Yeah, I want to make a correction. I want to address something before I pick the next caller. Don't worry, I'll give everyone. This is parenting show, so I'll give you time to talk. Somebody said just because you want to sound cool doesn't mean we shouldn't delineate between good neutral tattoos and gang-related. My darling brother or sister, I hear you. Some of us don't know. Me, I don't know any tattoo is gang-related. Is what you know, you know. So parents that are listening now, they will go and check. They will now start to ask when they see tattoo on their children. They want to check. We are all learning, you know. Like I always say, No matter how many good children you will have one that will challenge you one way or the other. The child, if you can't calm down later. So nobody, some of us don't know. And this is why we do this kind of show. Okay? And that's why I say I'm going to allow calling. Now we know. We don't know. So I'm going to pin your comments. If you don't know, they say there are some tattoos that are gang related though. So you will know whether your child belongs to a gang or not. Like I said, I'm not against tattoo, but definitely I personally too will not really like my child with tattoo from the neck all the way down. That last caller said something. Those are young people. They said, you cannot have some tattoo on your body. Immediately Olopa see it, they will know if you belong to a gang. So this is just to educate parents, to make us open, to empathize with these parents of these children, the children of the people that they buy to, and also this has brought out some things that we can learn from. Okay? We are in a world whereby this generation, they are something else, for real, for real. If your children, your children don't grow, they don't marry, the children they are going to have in this country, so if he does, that's what me I will say. Somebody said tattoo that is teardrop at face means they have pied someone before. Irony. Tattoo that is teardrop. So let me pin more 5 cartoon comments. Some of us no say tattoo day for gang. Kí la dá mọ̀? Àwa kankan wà kan wá ń wá ní. Kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ rí kó ṣe dáadáa. I will look it up. My brother, lower the volume of your other phone or lower the volume of the phone. I'll pick your call.
I've done that.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody mentioned about Snapchat earlier on. One of the callers mentioned something about Snapchat. Snapchat is one of the ways that information and so many of those bad things are being shared by youngsters. You know, it is a very sad case that this has happened. The tattoo, maybe there are some tattoos that might connote such gangster or gangster related. But I will not know, you know, as an adult, as a parent, you might not know what that means. One other thing that I would like to mention is those games, come and play. So some of those games are actually violence related. And I can imagine that somebody that plays so much might then actually take it to real life and carry it out. I don't know, maybe that is the case in this one. But yeah, it is a possibility that those violence we indulge them also the essence of going all out to do that kind of thing. But there is no way we are not going to actually blame the parents as well, especially in this case, their father, if he's around, because for those kids to have suffered so much pain, because it takes so much pain to say, I will revenge.
I will revenge.
And that revenge will be,
will be brutal.
Will be terminal. It is so much pain. Did they mean that they don't study them? They would have demonstrated some changes in them that they should have reached. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I actually do, because my son is about their age, my son is 21. I also, so I stay in UK. There is a particular guy that always shows program on, they call him Lunch Boss in the UK. Some people say he's always talking about bad things about the African community. I don't see it that way. I see it as a learning place. So whenever it takes so much, it talks about something so bad that I can't imagine, I will share it with my son that, hey, in this type of situation, what would you have done? In fact, this one too, I will be sharing it. Because then you can start to know the level of what they can think of to get remedy.
And to get revenge.
If you think that is the wrong course to be doing, then you will be able to say, no, don't do that. It's jail. It's jail. So, and it's life jail or it's death sentence. So they will know. Because we from Africa, we know these things by reading the Bible, that shall not kill, that shall not do that. So that's what some of us know about. But they that were born abroad, most of them don't go to Bible school. I went to Sunday school and all those things are not in existence. I don't think they do that. So they don't know. They will see that an eye for an eye. But when you offend me, I will offend you back. And they will have precedents. You know, when you go lifestyle that have done that, they might have even read about it. So that's why they can go to that extent. You know, it's such a bad thing. It's I feel for their parents, because no matter how it is, there's no way. But they might, if they are able to demonstrate that they suffer PTSD, as people suggested earlier on, maybe they might find favor with the jury. I think the Americans use jury as well.
Yes,
so,
they use jury. On this particular one, they are likely to use jury.
To agree that yes, they did it and they deserve just death sentence. But if they pick the other race people for the jury defense, then it might be against them. But we can just hope that the best thing that it never happened, but it has happened.
It has happened.
Yeah,
there is price to pay for it.
It is bad. It is bad. Let me leave the floor so that other people.
All right, thank you so much. Somebody said that.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, my brother.
You so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody said the jury of Texas are very thoughtful. Was their robbery case reported? I don't think it was reported. The police got to know when they searched the phone of the guy that they unalived. So that was when they discovered they were robbed. I don't think it was reported. Anyway, the information never said it was reported from what we saw. So if I miss your call, I'm calling you back.
Hello, Aunty.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, Aunty. Good afternoon. Yeah, first of all, I want to sympathize with the family
the parents.
Of the parents of these children. I have boys myself, and I don't know what to say in that situation, but I can say that for parents who have younger children, my children's age, I still have them between 12 and 21, we should learn. One thing I've learned from this is you never train children enough. Let me first of all say one thing regarding these children. Trauma hits differently. People, I for one, if I had somebody blackmailing me, that is me. I would take what it is I using to blackmail me and put it out there, because of all the things I hate in my life is blackmail and accusing me of what I haven't done. Those are two things I hate. So rather than be blackmailed, I will use my hand and put it out there and life goes on. But that is me. That's how I deal with such things. People deal with trauma differently. I don't know what happened to those kids or what was happening to them at the time they took that decision to commit the crime that they committed. But I tell you, if you get those children, sit them down and listen to them, people will come out of that room crying and realize that those kids dealt with trauma in the best way they could. It's not the right thing.
It's the wrong thing to do.
That is what they could do. That is how they dealt with trauma. It could have been changed if they got help early. But these kids were raised in different time and age. Sometimes I wish my kids could, have the kind of strength I have, because I was brought up differently. And so I see things different. And even within my age, I have friends that see it differently too. We deal with these things differently. So let's not say the parents didn't do enough. I'm sure if you look at those parents, they'll probably be upstanding parents in the community, doing the best that they can. You have children that have the best parents, and yet they end up in a moment of rage.
Exactly. Thank you for this.
Rage. I mean, what do you say about such? You can do your best as a parent, and
the rest is left for the children.
Escort them. Yeah, you never train your children enough. You never. Having said that, for parents that have younger children, this is a point of learning for us to go back, look at where we think we failed, and try as much as we can to correct our steps. I think the second caller called and said her daughter or one of her kids was going to school from home. because the child wasn't comfortable. I mean, that same situation. My son travels 2 hours. We've asked this boy to find accommodation, but I asked him, is it that you prefer being home? Traveling that? He said, yes, I prefer it. And I've left him alone. If that is what you prefer, fine. As a mother, I would like him to be independent. But if he prefers, if this is his comfort place, then the worst thing I'll do is push him out. We should also learn to listen to our children. Parents that are bringing up children at young age, especially if you come to Gbadebo, it's not easy. Let me share my experience. When I came to this country, my young
please help us to round up on
was
time.
5 years old. My son went to a private school abroad. So I know the quality of education they would have gotten. This boy came home one day. I don't know why. I think I smacked him. He came home one day and said, I'm going to report you to my teacher. I was like, what? He said, my teacher said if my parents beat me, I should report. And you would think you would hear this in schools that, maybe are on this the private school. I know how many thousands of euros we are paying. And my child said that to me. You know what I did? The next morning, I took my bath. I got dressed. I said, let's go and report ourselves.
To the teacher?
I said, but bear in mind, this is what will happen if we report ourselves. They will take you away from me. I said, no problem. I'll probably go to jail, fine. But they will release me. Guess what will happen to you? You will be put in the foster care system. And I made him start realizing the gravity of what he was told and the implications for him, not for me. I said, I will go, but no problem, I will go. But this is what it means for you. That morning, the boy that was joking, woke up in the morning, got back, got dressed. We entered car. The boy was like, mommy, I'm sorry. I said, no, we are reporting ourselves.
Thank you for this.
This boy cried till we got to the gate. I was carrying him, he was crying. I said, will you do it again? No, mommy. Clean your eyes, keep quiet. Till tomorrow. There's nothing I do to that boy, he doesn't say. And then after then, I started doing one thing.
Please, you guys will learn.
I live in Europe. And not to undermine what happens here. These people don't have children. And any opportunity they can to get your children and put them in foster care, they're happy to do it. And any little opportunity, they will take it. I started making my children watch programs on my phone. I started making these kids watch programs that discuss what happened in foster care. I started making them see those kind of movies. And the more they saw it, the more they realized. I had to call them. What is wrong? We started talking. And in doing that, I realized that they will come out, they will tell me, oh, this is what the teacher said, this is what the teacher said. And these kids are going to very good school. So parents should learn to take advantage of what they have around them. I took crime and investigation. I started watching. I will sit down with them. They'll watch it with me. What happens to children that are put in foster care? And they were watching with me. And they were realizing.
I should call this
part out. And I always tell them, what I'm telling you is not for my own good. I've grown. I'm an adult. I'm not here for me. What do I want? I can afford it back home. It might be stressful, but I can afford it back. I'm here for you. Please don't let my effort be nothing. The one I will beg, I will beg. The one I will shout, I will shout. After shouting, I will call him and beg. These kids are different from us. We grew up with iron hand. I can't look at my parents before. Look at my father and say, are you mad? No, they look in the eye and say, Mommy, what you did, I don't like it. And you have to sit down and listen. Okay, what did I do? Okay, this is what I meant, this is what I meant. So you sit down and trash it out. And you see them, when they are happy that you've listened to, they will come and hug you and apologize. They will come, Mom, I'm so sorry, and they will hug you. So we need to know the times we live in. This really is for parents that have children that are growing. Honestly, that's why I see this program. Because I've sat down and I've asked myself, where have I not done right? Where have I gone wrong? What can I do? These kids are still at home. How can I retrace my steps? What have I not done correctly?
Thank you so much.
Because those parents, I'm very sure, if you ask them, they did their best.
They tried their best.
They did their best. My parents brought me up, Yoruba State, but I brought myself up too.
Thank you so much, my sister.
Exactly. I brought myself too up. And that is what I teach my children. I've done my best, but you that will do better.
Thank you so much.
Auntie, well done. I really sympathize with everybody involved, even the parents of the ones that
of the deceased
that passed on. They are also children from somebody. If you ask those ones too, they will tell you my son is upright. But hey,
those ones will never see their children again.
Sorry?
I said the one that passed away, they will never see their children again. 19 and 20 years.
Exactly. And if you ask those parents, they'll tell you that my son is the best in the world. But this is what their son did that probably triggered these ones.
Thank you so much.
I don't know. It's just so sad. May God just help every parent here.
Thank you, sis.
We'll not cry with tears of joy, not tears of sorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye. If I miss your call, I'm trying to call you back. There's somebody I need to call back now. Number in there. Wow. These parts, I love this last caller. Everyone has made very wonderful contribution, but this last caller, especially for people who are... Hey, my brother, what's up?
Fine, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, you are on.
Yes, ma. You were online.
Yes, I tried to call you, but somebody else called you, so that's why I'm calling you back.
All right, no worries. Yeah. So I saw the
story,
the video that you did. Yeah, the story before Kito Crawl online. I saw it, and yeah, it's a very, 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 very sad story. And one thing about this culture, which is because I live in the UK and in American culture as well, is when you have kids in either of this country, the kids literally belong to the government. So, in as much as our parents have bring in African value, we want to instill the African value in them. We have a fight on our hands because you cannot be too hard on them and you cannot be too soft on them. And either way you want to do it, these kids nowadays, they have what they want to do. They have their own mind. You cannot tell them anything. They have their own mind. Or even if you bring them up in the right way, they will do whatever they want to do because the system in the UK and in America, and say it's not, I won't say it's not ideal for kids, but you have to know how to play by the book. Because I have, mommy, my oldest son is 18. There was a particular incident that happened. And when he was 10, so I disciplined him. I didn't know that the neighbors, that they heard me shouting at him. The next day, we had a knock on the door. The police came. So when the police came, he said, what do you guys want? They said, that they've had a report of a child abuse. Like, child abuse, I think you've got the wrong address. And they said, no, it's this address that they reported. So they came in, we had to let them in. We opened the door. So they said to me and my partner, Ajade, you guys need to go out. You need to go out. And they want to talk to the boy alone. And they said to him, are you suffering any form of abuse? Do you want us to take you to a safe place? Do you like your parents? And the boy and our son said no. Imagine, Auntie, if he'd have said yes. That's it, we've lost him. And the funniest thing is this, Auntie, even the system that they bring them to, that they take them to, either in America or the UK, is even worse than the home training that you give them at home.
Where they are coming from.
Because in that system, they allow them to do anything they want to. Because don't forget, those ones are just in there to make their own money. So, you know, it's really, really sad. Even my son, sometimes I'll talk to him until Tisumi. Because mixed race ni yai. At the end of the day, if you do not aspire to what I want you to aspire to, you cannot blame me, because I've tried for you. Jackie, walai, mami, ibi by la PSC, be by the loje. They blame me, Dad, you were not there for me, and you didn't try for me, because everything that you need in terms of education, I've given it to you. Because Auntie, wala omo ni abroad here, Auntie, oma payon mo le paro fun yin. Oma payon. So I want those twins now, those two guys, you know, even from their appearance, Auntie, you can tell that
Benny.
I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with tattoo. A mini tattoo, Sarah, but it's not in a visible place. When you're totally launch a tattoo, Auntie, what is sign?
Leon, Rabi, it be too dangerous.
Yes.
So once they are used to pains.
You know one thing,
because tattoo is painful.
One thing about the justice system in this country, either in UK and America, is once you're black and you come in front of them and say you was guilty. You was guilty. What? They will just look at your appearance. You was guilty even before you see anything. Appearance, one boys, you know. These ones are just thugs. So it will be difficult. And when I read that story, before I left online, when I critically read that story, I think they might charge them for conspiracy, because when they went to that guy's house, the victim,
the first
they
one,
said they were looking around the apartment.
Yes, the complex. They were moving around that complex.
They were moving around
for a long time.
A degree of planning in them. And according to Texas, if I'm not wrong, death sentence, the Texas,
yes, capital, capital punishment.
Capital murder, yes. So, Auntie, it's just so sad. It's sad. And this is not just happening in America, Auntie, it's happening now in the UK. And one more Yoruba sounding names. Lemomari newspaper to one commit offense. And you cannot blame their parents. The parents have tried. But this society, Auntie, is not conducive.
Hey.
It's not conducive for to bring up kids. I'm telling you, it's not conducive at all. And you see in America, Auntie, you see, Mama Sonny Louis, téèyàn bá jábọ́ látòkè wọn lè jábọ́ lẹ̀ ní UK tán because why? Ìjọba tún máa take care wọn. Tó bá tún jáde níbí báyìí, ìjọba máa take care wọn. The government will look after them. So what do the kids want that they don't have? So call long àti, you know, let the creator ṣáà máa ṣọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa. Because ní Nigeria, because of lack of opportunity, ló jẹ́ kí most of us, because there's lack of opportunity, so most of us have to be serious. But in countries where there's plenty of opportunities, Auntie, people take it for granted.
Ayọ̀pọ̀rọ̀.
Ohun ni. Thank
you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. Please, guys. You know, yeah. Another thing, thank you so much. You can cut. You know, this my brother said something. He said, for the fact that they have a lot of things in surplus could be another problem. Sometimes they get mọ̀ wípé some things are not entitlements. You know, we don't know the case of these guys and we are not judging their case, you know, but at the same time, another thing he said their appearance. And let's be honest here. Hello, Wale. How are you, son? Báwo ni ṣe? Káwọ̀. Pátárọ̀. So, like he said, their appearance, truly, there are some appearance you will see. Ordinarily, you will conclude. So let's take something out of this too. Eba ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀. Because even if you are not part of them, they see you looking like this. Gang can, you know, I don't know, Sha. Oh no, Sha. I don't know. This one passed me. I don't know.
Hello,
good afternoon. Yeah, how are you? I'm giving you just 4 minutes. Maximum of 4 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'll make it be concise. I wanted to say this is a very sad case. I wanted to condole with both the family of the victims and the Nigerian twins. I also wanted to mention that I think in one aspect you were mentioning something about being mindful of the friends that your family members have or your children have. Yes. Generally speaking, I agree with that. I would agree with that. In the United States, you have to really check who your children are being friends with.
I stand by that.
For example, there's no way, for example, these guys, if they were in my friend group or if I knew their mom or something, there's no way I wouldn't tell somebody or stop it. You know that your mom wouldn't tolerate that thing. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no way that you wouldn't call them to caution as somebody that's from the same cultural background that you know that you're raised with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so example, even having kids, having friends, for example, also knowing that your friends, that you know their parents, so you know that there's a looking out for each other. For example, the kids that I'm friends with here that are kind of Nigerians, we kind of look out for each other. Having kids of the same kind of cultural background, I think helps a little bit. But it's just a sad case. Also, at the same time, I also do believe that people have to train themselves when they're also here. There's no way that, you can do the best for your kid, but if your kid decides to be, live a certain way of life, that's just what it is. There's nothing much we can do. And there was also the other thing the other guy said, as men, I think as young men, sometimes we just need to take responsibility for our actions. There's no way, there's nothing the parents didn't do to train them. I don't know them personally, and I wouldn't like to speak on it, but because it's a sensitive case.
Very sensitive.
There's some kids that grew up in Nigeria that will never put their hand in something like this, where there's some kids who grew up in privilege that put their hands into this. How do you explain that? We just have to be able to have a low, level-headed mind, and we have to be able to, and I also think things like this, people our age can also listen to this kind of show to, to see kind of the different perspective of things, to be kind of level-headed. Yeah, youthful exuberance is a thing, but everything should be done in moderation. To do something that is so extreme is quite painful. It's sad, and I'm praying for the family. This is quite traumatizing for both families, the Gonzalez and even the Gbadebo twins. This is not, I can only imagine, sending your kids to a new country, a new land. And
you need to face this.
This is the outcome. But I also want to commend you, Aunty. I mean, your son just also greeted you. I know it's not easy to be a single parent, but it's not. You trained your kids well, so it's sad. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you again for allowing me on the program.
Much. Thank you, my brother.
God bless you. Bye. Have enjoyed the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, maybe one or two more calls, then we call it a day. Then I'll say one or two things, then we call it a day. If I miss your call, I'll call you back. 3 more people. I can see your missed calls, so I'll call you. Okay. No, I think this should be the last call. Let's take this as the last call. Okay, 2. After this, I'll call one person. Then that will be it for the day. Then I can quickly wrap up. Okay, the caller is not picking. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you are online. Báwo ni jẹ́?
Okay. Fine, ma. I just wanted to piggyback on what one of the artists that called, I think 2 calls back, about, how this country is, like, situated. The one thing I've learned is that I came to the US when I was, 19, pretty much a teenager going into adulthood. And I started college. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, I don't want to blame the parents too much because I had, pretty stable parents at the time, let me put it that way. But I saw some things that I could have easily been influenced. I think it also boils down to the individual, the child. And you adults used to say, anything you wish. Far away, don't join, don't be pressured, don't let peer pressure, drag you to do some things that you have no business doing. Not everybody gets away with some things. And I do understand the concept of bullying. Sometimes, you have to let the law take its course. Like somebody said, report. There are some things that if there is paper trail of some things, even if somebody happens to now do some things, there are people there are some things that will put into consideration, of what has been happening in their past. There's only so much parents to do. Growing up in Nigeria, I would say I practically raised myself. Let me put it down because I went to an indie girls' boarding school. And, in boarding school, there is no parents hovering over you. So if you're even lucky, you have parents visiting you, checking up on your welfare and all of that. I didn't have that. But then I saw some people who are well taken care of, whose parents never fail to show up, but they are the same people who sneaks out at every opportunity they get to go to places where they shouldn't be found. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in that kind of case, would you say that's also bad parenting? No. It's because some children just decide to do what they want to do. And it's very sad. One thing I've told myself, I don't have a boy child, but if I happen to ever have one thing I've noticed in the US is that Black people are more profiled than, our other counterparts. And when we came to America, I remember my parents then told us that they didn't tell me specifically, they told my brother that as a Black person, you are already like a target. And that's it. So therefore, there are some things that you shouldn't be caught doing. If they catch you and the other person, when I say the other person, I don't want to mention a color.
Yeah, we understand.
If they catch you and the other person, they can easily slap that person on the wrist. You don't get to go scot-free. There are some things that the same person, you and that same other person will do the exact same thing, or not, maybe not even up to what they did. And they will still put some 2 or 3 things into consideration, but you're already a target. Before they even get to hear you, they've already put it target on your back. And if you also, which I know you know some of these stories, if you look at some of the stories that have gone on in this America, we have heard a lot of young children, Black male or female, who before anything is even said, they are already down. I don't want to use the word.
Yeah, I understand you. Yeah.
They've already fight them over small matter. I think we should sit our children down. And this is just me as a young person saying this. We should sit our children down and let them know the expectations. It is in your house that people are kind to you. It is in your house that people will be patient to want to listen to you. Some people don't care how they are. So even if you are going through some things, make sure that you involve the law, like law enforcement, because that's your best bet. It's a sure bet. Even if you don't get justice, but at least you will get, a documentation written somewhere. Don't think that you can just go out and act like those other people. Me, I read news a lot, and I see a lot of people who, they will do the exact same crime. But the thing that the punishment they will receive based on different kind of factors that will be discussed, you will be surprised. Meanwhile, a black person, fit. You can't, it's an automatic sentence. So please let your children be aware of these unspoken rules. Yeah, nobody's pasting those rules all about, but we know that they are happening. And nobody is above the law.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Okay, last caller. So this is the lives of 4 youths. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, you are on. Please, 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
I'm very happy to be on this program this evening. I've been seeing the good work you have been doing. God bless you, man. So what I really want to say is that it's really a sad moment. I'm in the UK, and I'm saying this because I've experienced something like this myself. A very close person, child brought into the UK in less than 6 months, was taken into the care sector. And up to now, for 2 years, the family have not seen the boy. They've not heard from the boy. The father have been stopped from working. The family have been through a lot. So it's really, really sad. We parents, we are really struggling. I'm sad, I'm not happy it's happening this way, but my condolences to the family. But we as parents, we will not just give up. We still do the little that we can do. And we still want parents to open their children's eyes to a lot of things happening around, letting them know that although we are in this place, we cannot be treated the same way when things happen. So that is why we should be careful of the things we get ourselves involved with. Like when we were growing up, my father would say, an orphan, we use rope to tie his yam when he's putting it in the fire, so that when he wants to bring it out and it's too hot because he doesn't have someone to bring it out, he will easily use the rope to pull it out. So it's a sad one, but as parents, let's continue to talk to our children. Let's continue to talk to them, and we just believe this will not happen anymore around us. We cannot blame the parents. The children, they have their choice to make in life. They have
Especially
their choice.
after
There are
18.
children that grew up without father, without mother. They are still doing well.
They do well, yeah.
But let's just still talk to our children. I pray they will hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you. I didn't see your call, oh. What number are you calling? That's the number to call on the screen. Who is that said? Okay, there is the person calling now. You are just calling now. Hello?
Yeah, that's me from Maryland.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Clearly, please.
When we talk about this thing, let's also talk about other parents as well. I am a Liberian woman, right? And I was friendly with a Nigerian lady. I'm not going to call, she's not Yoruba, but she's something else. When my daughter turned 18, she told me I was too hard on my daughter. Other African parents, let's be honest. When you have rules and you have goals and you have principles in your house, other parents that don't have those values, and they will turn against you. And I'm talking from experience, right? When my daughter turned 18, And I knew that she needed to be on a little bit of guardianship, kind of mentoring and all of that. And people were telling me, oh, you're too hard on her, let her do whatever she wants. And I said, but I'm an African woman, right? And I expect us, our culture, for you to be a support system for me. When my child is doing something, that's not right, I expect you as a parent to have those same values. So let's consider that, because we're all talking about the parent, but sometimes, Aunty Aduni, all of the parents, even in the church, they don't have the same value system. And children gravitate to parents who will let them do anything. So sometimes you get your children say, oh, but that person can allow their parents, mother allow her to do whatever she wants to do. And you an African parent, and they're an African parent, they have adjusted, it allows their children to do whatever they want to do. And because some of them want relationships with their children, and you are here standing on your principles, your values, and what you believe. And there are other parents, African parents, who grew up in Africa undermining you. We have that too. So I'm not saying that it's unfortunate, because we do know when children turn 18 years old, they make their own decisions, and the best children children can make the decisions of their own because they are 18. But I want us to not forget, from personal experience, African parents told me that I was hard on my daughter. African parents told me the decisions, like some of them used to bring boyfriend home, their daughters used to bring boyfriend home, their boyfriend spend the night over and all of that. And because I did not allow that, African parents told me that I was too difficult. You wouldn't believe, one day I will share my story. I am praying to God for a testimony, and I will share my story of how some African parents are. So I'm not saying that what these boys were doing is unfortunate, because people have minds of their own. But I am saying, if they were surrounded by French and African parents who have morals and values, and all of us have the same morals and values, I am just thinking, maybe, just maybe. Thank you, Aunty Aduni.
Thank you so much, so much. Now, where's the phone? I'm not taking any more call. Just to talk on one or two things. Now, our sister mentioned about some African parents telling her that she's too hard on her child. To me, I believe any friend that wants to tell you are too hard on your child and is going to affect you negatively, it's better you do away with such friend, so that they will not poke nose into what you do in your home. Let them train their own children the way they want. You train your own child the way you want. Okay? I didn't call you back. Did you call? You train your own child the way you want. Nobody should teach you how to train your child. You know why? They don't know your child. You are the one that know your child. You know their weakness. You know where they are stubborn. You know where they are not stubborn. You know the ones that listen to you. You know the one that will not listen except you shout. Like I always say, children are never the same and will never be the same. So how will somebody that is not the mother of your own child come and tell you how to take care of your child or how to train your child? The more you allow too much influence, the more it will be difficult for you. Because when your child is listening to what another mother is saying, your child will now see you as a bad person. That is, if you are trying to correct your own child about something. It's none of anybody's business. And I just mentioned it earlier that we should be careful how we allow our children to mingle with so-called friends' children, because they are our children. They are our friends. You might not know what is going on with them. I just cited a personal experience when I just came in, brought in my children newly. And I was thinking I want them to have friends so they won't feel lonely. And I had this friend then who I thought everything was working for, who is okay, not knowing what I was seeing was not what was going on. But my children by themselves said they don't like, they don't just want to. Okay, Talo send the message in. My children were just the one that said they don't want to. They were not. I just saw that they were withdrawing. from being close to those people, and I didn't force them. Once I see my children withdrawing from somebody, I don't force them, or I see them don't want to do something, I will not say by fire, by force. No, I will ask them why. And if they tell me, there is a friend I have that I invited once, sometimes ago, to come and say hello. My children saw that and said, Mommy, we don't like, all my children said the same thing. They said, Mommy, we don't like this person. I said, why? They said, Mommy, we just don't like. And since then, till now, I listen to their opinion just as I want them to listen to my opinion. You see, this parenting thing is, we are not blaming these people. Don't get me wrong. We are talking this because of what people said. The caller said, one thing is that if you want your children to listen to you, you have to listen to them too. It's two ways. They have feelings. They have emotions. As long as they are still living with you, your attention is always needed. Will always be needed. They will always have an opinion on some things you do. Even if they don't live with you again, there will be times they will say, Mommy, we don't like this. Daddy, we don't like this. Then another person said something that blaming single parenting. That this kind of a thing mostly happens to single parents. To some extent, you are not far from the truth. And it doesn't mean it only happens to single parenting alone. Okay? It happens to both the children that are with their both parents. And yes, I agree that most times it's always about single parenting. I agree to some extent. And the reason I will tell you, in not all cases, in some cases, most cases, the reason is because these children get disconnected from their father. And I've spoken about this countless times. Yes, it is okay if your marriage is not working with your husband, the father of your kids. It's okay if the man says he doesn't want you anymore and the man goes along to marry another woman. Don't fight. Don't be so bitter that you will disconnect this man from his children. Okay? This is where the problem comes in. Single parenting in abroad is huge, except we want to lie to ourselves. Both parents are finding it tough taking care of children. A caller called in. The challenges he's facing. He's a man. He has a wife, the mother of the kid. And they are facing challenge. So talk less of you. We won't do them alone. And I've always said it. I've said it countless times. Sometimes men, their voice alone is enough for a child to sit down. I don't know for what reason. A man's voice alone will make a child sit down and behave. Then another thing, if you have parents where both parents are existing and the child is misbehaving, it's always the case of where the parents, their voices are different. Father is giving a tough hand. Mother is giving a soft hand. And is making the child see father as too wicked, as the lion of the house. Or vice versa. When you are training a child, you have to train them with one voice. If both of you are still existing, you have to train them with one voice. And if you are doing it alone, you have to still balance it too. Parenting is never easy on anybody. It's challenging. If your children now turn out well, hey, if they now decide at a point, the only one I will continue to hammer on, if a child is a minor and something is going on with that child, I will blame the parents. I will blame it on parents. And I want to ask, why is your child doing this? Where did it start from? How did it start? There is a foundation to a lot of things. There is a foundation. Parents might not be honest enough to say this is what has been going on. Parents might not be honest enough to say these are the signs that I've been seeing, okay? They might not be honest enough. But when a minor is misbehaving, something has gone wrong. Something is happening to that child. Then it's your duty to find out, to seek help, to know what is going on. And, now we know everything is not prayers. Most things are not even handled by prayers. It's handled the right way. Identifying the problem, then looking for solution and applying that solution. You can't tell me a 10-year-old child that suddenly start misbehaving, doesn't want to have anything, that becomes rebellious in the house and all of that child just become like that. No. Something must have gone wrong somewhere. And I agree, some children are stubborn. But how did when the child was becoming very stubborn, when you can still curb the stubbornness, what were you looking at? Me, I have seen a parent where a 2-year-old child, the mother cannot scold that child to say stop. Once the mother says stop, the child will scream. After screaming, the child will throw tantrums and be throwing things up and down. And the mother will now allow that child to have his way. It was a girl. After the child has had her way, she will now be packing everything, the pikin scatter. So tell me how that child is going to turn later. Is it when the child now become like 10, 11, you now want to say you want to put your feet down? No, the child is used to having her way or his way. It's the way that she's used to. You don't suddenly take food from somebody. You see, when we are breastfeeding children and we want to win them, we do it gradually. We don't suddenly collect that something from them. That's why they say start introducing semi-solid when the child is 6 months. So by the time the child is 1 year, the child is used to it. So there is always, there is always a foundation to a lot of things. And for children, some children that will just suddenly become rebellious. Maybe somebody has abused that child and you didn't know, and that child has been going through trauma, and you refuse to notice that something has gone wrong with your child. I've had to sit my daughter down one day. I said, go, Wambi Okomi. Jokingly, as on that day, I said, wow, I hope when I was not around, did anything happen to you? Did anybody say, no, mommy, lie? I said, please, so if anybody tell me. He said, no, mommy, nothing like that. I said, are you sure? She now began to tell me her friends that experienced something like that. He said, if it happened, I will tell you. Why? Because I've seen children that were behaving very well, and because they've been abused, they can't speak it out. They can't tell anybody, and that trauma lives in them. Suddenly, they are behaving this way today. Tomorrow, they are behaving somehow. They are behaving normal. It's coming from somewhere. So as a parent, you just have to be patient. I don't want to analyze this boy's issue. It's a pathetic one. If I analyze their issue, we are forgetting the two people, the parents that have lost their own children too. Even though, from everything, they were not good children too. But they have gone. The law is not going to look at whether they are good or they are bad. The law is going to look at why somebody would think he has a right to take somebody's life, to take the lives of two people. Unfortunately. I feel so much for their parents. That tears I shared was for their parents, not for them. It's for the parents that got pregnant, gave birth to these children, and they didn't give birth. They were happy. They were growing up. The mother, their parents were, they were friends. They are seeing their children growing up. And today, when a child should be saying, Omonti was 20 years old, this kind of a thing, I'm shedding the tears for their parents, not for them. Just like one or two callers said, there are some children that don't have people to take care of them, and yet they turn out well. These are the kind of videos. If you don't have any pikin, if you get any pikin where they stubborn, tell them this story to let them know. Gang. I've done my part. At this stage, I'm begging you, I'm telling you, whatever it is, if you need to talk to me, I'm begging you. To buy the jail bilile no. Soft spreader. To some extent, it is not all children. You will use strong hand to train, and they turn out well. Just like it is not all children you will use soft hand to train, and they will turn out well. You just have to find a balance and identify the personality of your children individually to know the kind of hand you will use in training them. Somebody say he's trying to call. Let me pick the call. Oh, sad. Very sad. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, you are on.
Okay, ma. Yeah, so the topic you are discussing, I mean, parenting is a very difficult and very complex stuff. I mean, and it's one of the stuff that we don't really go to school for. You know?
Exactly.
Parenting and maybe I should say marriage. Yeah, so I mean, it's a combination. The whole stuff is a combination of factors. Number one, the parents. Number two, the society. You understand? And the influence of peers, friends, where the children go to and mix with other children. You understand? So influence of the society. So you mentioned one thing that I actually know resonates with my thought as well about parenting. When the parents, we can have two parents that are very good, but if they are not actually saying the same thing to the child, that can actually that can actually affect the child as well. If the parent one parent is saying A and the other parent is saying B, that's one thing I always tell my wife. If I'm correcting our child, don't scold me at that point in time. Even
exactly.
If what I'm actually doing at that point in time is totally wrong, or maybe you find it that it's wrong. Call me inside. Tell me and let's discuss it inside. Don't let us discuss it.
Not in the presence of the child.
When
yes.
the child is actually there. You understand?
Yes.
And again,
correct.
Parents actually have to get some other techniques of talking to their children. There was one incident that happened in my child's school. We just got a report that he was misbehaving inside the bus. They sent us a report that this guy was misbehaving inside the bus, and we just have to post it and stuff like that. So my wife and I will now talk about it. That what are we going to do about this thing? That there should be a consequence for action. You know what I did? When I got to that day, the following day, I just told my son that we are not going to take the bus to school today because it's a privilege for you to take the bus to school. You and I, we are going to walk to school. It means that I'm actually looking for someone to motivate me for exercise before. We are going to walk to school. Don't worry. I won't punish. I won't touch you. I won't do anything to you. But you now see the importance of taking a bus to school. Maybe next time you are not going to be misbehaving inside the bus or not. This boy that I'm talking about is just 7 years old. We checked to school on that day. When we got to school, we met his teacher, and his teacher was now saying, what happened? You didn't take the bus today. He now said, Daddy and I will check to school. Now I said, why did you make him to check to school? And I said, it's a consequence now. It's a privilege for him to take a bus to school. This is the right way. I will actually let him see the consequence of his action. Since that time, this guy, someone parole the bus by Madronio. You understand? You won't actually know his babies. We have never really got any reports.
That's good.
That my son is misbehaving inside the bus again.
That's good.
So we have to get some other techniques of talking to our child. Because for any child, we have the range of 1 to around 10 before they start developing their own intuition, their own way of thinking. They still depend on the parents. They look at the parents, so they grab some behavior from the parents. They look at the society, they grab some behavior from the society as well. Maybe you are in the bus and your son is inside your car and you are driving, and somebody is making noise. Maybe the government, let's say Nigeria government, all these police escorts following leaders, following the rulers. Your child might actually ask you, why are these people making noise? You have to use that opportunity to train your child that, look, these people are ruling, but they are not following the law. You have to make sure that you use that opportunity to train to teach your child at that point in time. You understand? So it's a very complex issue that we are talking about here. We just pray that God should just give us the wisdom. To impact the life of our children.
Positively.
Very well.
Thank you
so much for this topic.
Thank you. So talking about having one voice, somebody said, don't go behind and be telling that child sorry. Very important. If you go behind and you say, Komima Binu, we are the guilty one here. Now we they do that kind of thing past. We now call the child aside. Komima Binu, no man she be. In other words, you have painted the father as a bad person in the presence of the child. Omawa hate Baba. The child would rather see you than see father. And that is why if father is absent, problem will now start. One voice. I have seen it play out. And I want to agree even in scolding children, some fathers, I've seen a case of a father that was very brutal. I personally faced him for the wife. I was just hearing noise. The wife was shouting, "Mark Momo for me. I will call you." Last caller. "Don't buy my child for me. What is this?" And I was beam. And I was like, "What's going on?" So I now went to them. Coco. Mommy, Lagbaja, what's going on here? Now the woman begin shout, "Hey, come and say how he's beating my child, oh. He wants to buy the child for him. Iniko. When me say as this man beat the pikin. Wetin pikin do? You send a message, he come back late. Now you beat pikin reach this one. Now I tell him, say, please don't do this again. This is too much. Nobody is saying don't correct your child. But being too hard this way can turn a child to something else. Oh. And you know why I said it? I don't see this same person one day. They beat house help. He nearly buy that house help. Until I threaten him, I said, I go call social welfare. Say he won't buy somebody. Now he make come, he no can't get house help because of me again. Because I mean him that time. I say, if I see you beat any house help for this house again. So, nobody say don't scold your children. But in scolding them too, dear, murawu. Or else. You have to just balance it too, because what we call sometimes scolding is actually abuse, not scolding. It's scolding. I mean, it's abuse. So let me pick the last caller, then we call it a day. So never say sorry. Let the father be the one to say sorry if you think the father didn't do well, not you. Okay? Hello, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, 4 minutes maximum, please, so that we can stop.
Yes, 4 minutes. Yes. Oh, wow. I'm so surprised you took my call. Well done, ma. Epelema. Okay, so I wanted to say that this story is a very, very sad story. And I've seen a lot of the conversations that have come in a lot earlier. And I wanted to just mention two major things. The first one is the prison industrial complex in this country. And basically, it's the business of the prison systems. And these systems basically target a lot of our young men. It's been there. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it's a big sociological issue. The second one is the school to prison pipeline, which also targets a lot of high schoolers, people in middle school, and it comes in different forms in which these boys are targeted, aka being bullied, being put on suspension, and a lot of our African families are not aware of what is going on. That's why I would say we can't really blame the parents. Our parents came here to this country to survive, to thrive. They go to work, let's provide, but they don't know that there are systems that are also working against them. And I just think that is something that we should be very conversant of. I went to school in this country, and it's also not very easy for people with African backgrounds, with different demographic, different cultures to blend in. It can be quite challenging. So as much as we're talking about this conversation, the truth is a lot of us are not informed. We're just coming to this country to survive and thrive and make things happen for us. And sometimes the system doesn't just work in our favor, but we have to be more conversant, and we need to have more community amongst ourselves so that we can both so our communities can actually help, and fill in those blanks of things that we don't know. And lastly, the part I also wanted to make mention of is the tattoos. I know our culture has some, aversions against tattoos. But to me, when I see people that put on tattoos like that, and there are studies about it, sometimes it's also a sign of abuse. When somebody decides to distort or change their physical appearance due to tattoos, that's another way for these boys, for such thing to have happened to them at a very young age, for them to decide to distort their physical appearance in that way. It's also a telltale sign of what they may have gone through. So yes, that's the rest of my comment, Auntie. I just wanted to be quick, but thank you so much for picking up my call. I appreciate
you so much. Thank you, sis. All right, that's going to be the last caller for today, and I want to address a comment now. I think I pinned the comments. Okay. Honey Bunny said, we both can't be bad guys at home. The child may not feel safe at home. I agree 100% with you. And that was why I said some parents, I said it could be the mother or the father that has the stronger zeal here. In as much as both of you cannot be the bull, it all depends on how the other party, and it all depends on what that child has done. Hello? It depends on what that child has done. When it's something, you have to both put your feet down and tell that child, sorry. And don't forget, you let that child know the reason why both of you have to say no. You have to let the child know that you are after their interest. This is to protect them. This is for their good. And both of you they see that unity between you. Honestly, one child, do you know that children are manipulative? When children notice that there is a weak one between the parents, they will be twisting both of you and will be using you to play ping pong without you knowing. Once they know that this one will cover me when I do something, this one will not cover me when I do something, they can even pitch both of you against each other as a couple. And they would rather be at the side of the weak one. They would rather be at the side of the weak one than be on the side of the strong one. Once they know this one is the one that will never, just like that lady that called in, one of the lady caller that called in. Once a child knows that this one will let me do anything and get away, but this one will not let me. It's on the side of the one that will let them do anything they want to be with, and the one that will not let them with, they will see that person as the enemy in the house. Having one voice is very necessary. Don't forget, it's not everything you will say no to, of course. And some, you might say no, but you give them the reason why you are saying no at that time. We will still do it. After all, the money you are going to use to take care of them is coming from the pocket of both of you. If they do good, it's both of you that will reap it. If they do bad, it's both of you that will suffer it. Yes, the child will suffer it, and two of you too will suffer it if they go and do anything. So, why if you now think, yeah, there should be soft landing, but the soft landing shouldn't be when there is need for scolding. It should even be during period of playing, to me. Not serious things. For example, daddy, we want to eat cornflakes, and mommy said no. There will be a reason why daddy will say, mommy, let them eat cornflakes if that is what they want. But it shouldn't be all the time. When mommy will have finished cooking and they will go and meet daddy, and daddy will say, it's whatever they want, you should give them. Problem is starting already. That means whatever they want, they have to get it. No. There are times that daddy will say, your mommy has cooked. If that is what she has cooked, go and eat it. We are not eating anything different in the house. Now, from those small things, all these things, they start now. Your mommy has cooked. What did she cook? Yam and egg. You want cereal, lazy person food, go and eat the yam and egg. That is what she has cooked. If they see that a couple of times they come to tell you that you are not budging, they will not come and report their mommy to you. After all, the mommy is providing food. It's not as if she didn't make food. And I believe there are times too, as parents, once they start knowing left and right, you can have a joint something. What are we eating in this house today? As a family, jokingly. What are we going to eat? When everybody wakes up. Unlike me that I have grown up now. Everybody settle themselves in the morning, because you might cook this one. Sometimes before you wake up, one don't wake up. You don't chop waiting in one chop. You don't even go out before you wake. So, what I won't do. But when they were young, sometimes I would say, what are we eating? No? Should we eat this? Everyone will say, yes. And because I even know their favorite for weekend, sometimes I don't ask. I will just cook it. And together we go chop. But it's much easier for me because I am the only one taking care of them. But when the father is there, the mother is there, it can become a bit complicated if you don't have one voice. When they were younger, when their father was still alive, I have a timetable, food timetable, that we both agreed. Today, this is what everybody will eat, Monday to Sunday. And it was pasted in the kitchen. Then, to make it easy for everybody. We know the favorite of people, of all of us. You know, especially what will bring unity to the family. You know, eating together is one of the things that bring unity to the family. Watching movies together, cleaning the house together, especially when they are young. Because once they get to a certain age, it can't be the same anymore. I'm telling you from experience now. It's not the same anymore. To get all of us together, we have to do timetable. Oh, yeah, pick date. Oh, what date are you free? Oh, what date can we go out to? That's you have to wait for everybody. Unlike when I can just pack them in the car and carry them the way I like. So during those formation years matters a lot. You lose that formation years to instill discipline, to instill love, to instill unity, to instill boundaries. Forget it. You've lost it. That foundation years matter so much. Closeness, openness, where they can run to you, talk to you, play with you. But it's never too late. It's never too late. No matter their age now, if you notice they are withdrawn, they are far from you, you can still build the gap. Yes. You can still build the gap by whichever one among them is withdrawn from you. Find a way to draw them close. Find a way to make them friend. As long as they are still living with you. Even if they are not living with you, but you stay in the same state, find a way. Either ones you can just call the child, I don't know the age it could be, and say, can we do this? Can we do that? And even if you notice, don't cover your children when you know they are doing something bad. Don't live in denial. Seek help for them. Seek help. You are in a country where you can seek help. If you know they are doing something bad that could result in worse things in their lives, okay? Whatever you call it, ganging or whatever, seek help. Be there. Let them know you are there to work with them. Parenting, like we say, is a huge one. And on this particular case, we are not blaming the parents because we don't have we don't have access to the information of how everything got to this stage. But it's a shock. It's a shock to me, and I'm very sure it's a shock to our community that our children are involved. One of our children are involved in this kind of a thing, and 2 lives has been lost. One 19, another 20. Those are children of some people. And I'm very sure nobody wants to see their children's story in this way outside. What we want is that our children, they attain this. A Nigerian American citizen has become the first to be taking a con. That's the news we are all clamoring for. Every parent, I know that's what we want from our children. That's the news we want to hear in our community. But once in a while, this kind of a thing comes up, and I want to say it's an awakening call. Wake up call for as many of us that still have children, that has children. Let them, if you have a child that has anger issue, seek help. Don't live in denial. Talk to the child and seek help. Anger management class is there. It works. Yes, they are Nigerians. It works. If you have children that have anger management, some, they bottle in things for years. Exactly what has happened to these children, these 2 boys, young men. For 5 years, they had these guys in mind that they will not go scot-free for what they did to them until they got them down. And it has been called premeditated. Because when they went to the other one, the first one, where they buy 2 weeks before they come buy this one, they said they were in the building complex. They were going around surveying the place for a long time before they buy those boys. The first one that was 19 years old. They now went to where this one is working. The Gonzalez, where he was working, waited for him. He entered his car. They went into his car and buy him there. And they drove off. It was the camera at the first place that they went to that first gave them out. That camera captured the Nissan Altima. Somebody said premeditated is not negotiable in Texas. That was what they said anyway. So they've been charged. They've been charged with murder. They said it was premeditated, because they were over in the area, surveilling. So it was not something that was spontaneous, that they probably self-defense or anything. It was something that was well planned, thought of, and well executed, and accomplished. Unfortunately, very sad. It's not a good news that any parent wants to hear. So it was the camera there that first captured them. And the camera captured the car, but they could not identify who was in the car. The second place. So there was a time police saw that car. Police pursued them. One of them. They even took police through chase. Where police they chase you, yourself can't they wrong go. And we know what that means. Then get mind though. Police was chasing him. He was running for police. He know if he stay. But because the guilty. Premeditated is a problem for their case. Ọmọ ìyá kan náà. Ọmọ ìyá kan náà. Hey. So it was that car that gave them out. So the car was number one reason for them to suspect them. But when they caught that guy, the day they were chasing him, they don't have enough evidence. What now gave them out was this Gonzalez, his phone. Somebody said they are in gang. Oh, they are in gang for sure. So it was the guy's video that gave them out. The video in his archive. That was what gave them out. And of course, Olokpa know how to do their work. Without beating you, without forcing you, they will get everything. So it was true that they now did facial recognition and they found out it matches. From there, the face matches in the video. The car they use for the case was seen in the camera. And they found out the car belongs to their mother. Mama kuku no fit know. Say whether mama, I'm very sure their mama no go know. Say now the thing where they want take car do before she release the car to them. The mother will be blaming herself now. That the day they were asking for the car, if she had known, maybe she wouldn't have given me the car to them. It was the mama car they used. And it was the car that gave them out. But there was not enough sufficient evidence until they saw video. Can't do facial recognition. And from there. And if I bet you know, please, parents, for our own good. Because I don't know how somebody will survive this. I don't know. I have to go. This really hits me so bad. It's me so bad. And I hope from every caller who have trained children here, who share with their experiences, the ones who called and say a child saying we go report them before in contact picking, say if you report me, now me and you go suffer am. Now you go suffer and pass. Pata they go throw me to jail, but you will go and live with people that are not your family member, and they go show you Shege Pro Max, and you not be able to complain. You can't tell and say, from there, they started watching documentary on this kind of a thing. before people go call police on you. She said, make them sit down. Let's watch movie. Let's watch movie. Parents, tell this story to your children. Tell them. Ti di baba je to ni di lo ma da. Kekere ni talaba nínú ìbejì. Now, as them go put them in jail. Of course, it will affect their mother. It will definitely affect their mother and it will affect their father. But who go come day inside? That is if they don't give them capital at the end of the day. So parents, learn from every call and take this story. If you have pikin where your head is strong, carry this story, tell them. These are ways to talk to them sometimes. Carry this story for where it is, or share it in your family WhatsApp group. Make all of them read down. Make all of them read down. Say, see, oh, if you decide to be bad pikin, we they tell you you don't want here. Anywhere you end, life continues. You know, like a lot of people said, parents go try. But now pikin go decide what they want to do. They are not babies now, they are adults. Yes, they might have had trauma at the point for real. And I empathize with that. What stops them from reporting the person since they have evidence? What stops them? Some people are insinuating ganging. Waiting pikin where them born where they find for ganging. Waiting won't go collect for gang. Waiting gang won't give you. And this is mostly from people that schooled here. That thing is common with them. Waiting the gang won't give you. Other than to destroy you. The way we talk to them, the way we labor, the way we slave, and we day and night we don't sleep. This kind of thing will not happen. Please, let me go and rest.